My name is Brian Beane. I'm the founder of a company called Mentor 2 Million. We teach a couple of basic things. In summary, personal empowerment first, economic empowerment second. Now, what does that actually mean to you? Well, what that means is we show you how to increase your life in three basic areas: team or group production, and number three, corporate profits. Now, I decided to do something different, and it's not really different because it's right in line with what I believe, because everything starts up here first, and then that secondly. And what we're doing is a three-part series on happiness. I need for everybody to do me a big favor, because I'm gonna give you guys some homework assignments tonight. First, I want you guys to write this down. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at I am. My last name has an E on it. Okay, that's Beane. I am Brian Beane. Now follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to give a continued education via Instagram on some things you can do to be happy. That's assignment number one. Follow me on Instagram. I am Brian, Brian, Beane, Beane. Now, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to make sure, I'm going to give you guys a challenge next week. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Very important to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to do videos like this and give you guys some happiness challenges via YouTube. Assignments via Instagram, happiness challenges via YouTube. So if you do those two things, you can continue to feed yourself, because I'll be honest, it's one thing to be happy right now while we all together and you're excited about part 3, but it's another thing when life hits you and you leave the webinar and you get back into your normal bubble and you start seeing that things aren't always so happy for everybody. All right, good audio? Good. Ooh, and let's get ready to go. Now, if you missed part 1 and 2, it's on my personal Facebook page, okay? It's on my personal Facebook page. So you can go to see part 1 tomorrow and part 2 tomorrow, but I'm gonna give you a nice little recap here with, I got a lot to cover, so I wanna go ahead and get into this. This is very important. On part 1, we talked about boosting your energy. I want you guys to always remember this, because this is important. Happiness is not something that you look at. Happiness is actually something that you create. Okay, we talked about that on part 1, so I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on that tonight, but happiness is not something that you should be going around searching for every day. You're always looking for somebody on the outside to come in and strike a match on your stove. That's not how it works. Happiness is something that you generate, and happiness is something that you create, and you do that by boosting your energy. Again, I'm not going to do a lot of recapping right now because we got a lot to cover with part 3. Number 2, no nagging. People miss this, but you know that old saying, like when you're in elementary school, when you point the finger, they're like 3 fingers point back at you. It's actually kind of true. When you nag and complain, do you understand that really all you're doing is bringing that same energy back to you, because you're putting it out in the atmosphere, nagging, complaining, whining, and next thing you know, you start to embody that which you speak about. So if you can cut nagging out of your life about little small menial things and stop majoring in minors, what'll happen is, because guess what? The opposite of nagging, which is negative, is only something positive. So if you're not doing this, then you're doing the opposite. And when you're doing the opposite, your energy automatically goes up. So that's important. Recap. Number 3, focus and have fun. Focus in on fun. In other words, there's some things I'm going to give you and some assignments at the end, and I'm going to continue via Instagram, and I'm going to continue via YouTube. But what I want you to do is, even if I challenge you and stretch you a little bit further than you want to go, you have to remember this, guys. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works. Okay? Put that in the chat room. Okay? You got to keep that in mind. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works if it is. So if you got a closed mind and, I don't want to do the assignments. I think that's silly. Or why is he asking us to do it? Then guess what? It's okay. Just be okay with the hand that you're dealt. But if you want to increase your energy, and you want to know how somebody like myself has sustained for over 20 years working from home and always being positive and always being optimistic, doesn't mean that I don't get down. It doesn't mean I don't get frustrated. It doesn't mean that I don't get upset. But there's certain things I've used over the past 20 years to harness my energy, channel my energy, redirect my energy, boost my energy, and make sure that people around me do the same. So enjoy the process and have fun doing it, right? You know what? I'm excited about the result of what's about to take place. I'm excited about the result of going through the motion and seeing what awaits me at the end of this journey. Because, wait, let me rephrase that. There really is no end because it doesn't stop. But I'm excited about the process itself and watching the new me transform. We said on part 2, either you learn how to evolve or you dissolve. Keep that in mind. All right. Number 4, mindful spending. Mindful spending. I've done this. You ever bought something that you know you couldn't afford? Or went on a vacation and you know it really wasn't in the budget, but so you know what we do to justify it? We call it balling on. Balling and budget are oxymorons, right? But what we do is we justify it. I'm going on this vacation. I'm just going to ball on a budget. Well, mindless spending is a guarantee your happiness. You know why? Because it stays with you for a while, man. It lasts for a good minute. In other words, you start seeing that bill that's behind because you went to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? Those pictures are long gone. That trip is over, but you're still suffering from that decisionless spending. So you want to have mindful spending to increase your happiness. That way you don't have a lot of buyer's remorse. Oh, I shouldn't have got this car. This car note was killing me. Oh, I forgot about the insurance. Oh, I forgot this. I forgot that. Mindful parenting. If you guys are parents, I just want to put a little asterisk by this one for everybody that's a parent. You get a lot of joy. I know sometimes our kids get on our nerves. And trust me, he frustrates me to no end. Makai, where is your mouthpiece for the game? Oh, I left it at mommy's house. Are your teeth at mommy's house? You know what I mean? Just teeth. Your mouthpiece needs to go where your teeth go. You know, it just frustrates me to no end. Makai, did you make your bed? Makai, look in the mirror. You know what I mean? You got soap still on your forehead. You know what I mean? It's just it gets on my nerves. But nothing satisfies me more than seeing him laugh. Than watching him smile, than watching him grow, than watching him learn from his mistakes. Mindful parenting is a guaranteed way to ensure happiness. A lot of us get mad at our children, take all our frustrations out on the children, and you wonder why you're miserable because you're mad at yourself and you're mad at a carbon copy of you that you create. Think about what I'm saying. When we take our frustrations out on our children, what are you really mad at? You brought the child into the earth. I mean, you gave birth or, brought a child to the planet and you're mad at two people. So you guarantee not to be happy when all you do is take your frustrations out on somebody who is doing what you're teaching them. Not a parenting seminar tonight, but just something I've been working on. All right, let's go. I'm going to end with part 3, but this is a good recap for those of you who need to hear it again. All right, they say to think is to put it in ink. So there's nothing wrong with making sure you analyze these things again. What you do every day matters more than what you do once. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. So in other words, like I always tell people this, let's say you want to work out all of a sudden and you want to do 100 push-ups. I would rather you do 20 push-ups a day for 5 days than 100 push-ups tonight. Initially. Because if you do 100 push-ups tonight, you're going to be so sore tomorrow, you're not doing push-ups for a long time because your body's not used to it. But if you do 20 push-ups a day for 5 days, initially, you'll get your 100 in. But what you did more importantly was you built a little habit. You see? So now you did something for 5 days, the streak. That's the same way life and happiness works. If you do a little bit every day, some small things, and we'll talk about those in a second, just a lot of small things, that's better than you having one big day of happiness and then you fall and crash. I'd rather you be somewhat happy for a month than extremely excited for 2 days. So you got to learn how to harness that until it becomes a habit. Contributes to inner calm. This is one that I got a lot of inboxes on Facebook about. I got a lot of different, my text messages were blowing up. I got a lot of tags on Facebook. This was important. Outer order contributes to inner. Look, and it takes an outside person sometimes to help you with this, but your home is your your home is your domain. You got to have peace at home. Like, let chaos be everywhere else. Let chaos be at work. Let chaos be at some forms of recreation. But you can't home. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just trying to give you a wake-up call. If your house is out of order, and look, this is not a relationship seminar. Trust me, I ain't the one. Junk everywhere. Well, Brian, what's junk? Well, that's why it takes an outside eye for you to come in and see that your closet is junky. Every kitchen is a junk drawer at your house. The garage has stuff stacked up from floor to ceiling. You barely get in the car in. This you parking. You can't operate like that. You can't operate like that. You can't operate where you can barely get in the basement. You can't operate where you can barely get in the garage. Then this you in your garage, you open the door. Because you got boxes and paint and ladders and clutter. Outer order creates serenity. The one place you got to go where you can think and be clear and have a lot of space to create is home. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I got a lot of flaws, and by no means am I, but I promise you, it's some peace up in my house. Look, not only in my house, it's peace in every room. It's peace in my foosball table. It's peace in my garage. It's peace in my great room. It's peace in my kitchen. It's peace in my bedroom. Look, it's peace in the guest bedroom. Nothing disturbs my peace up in here. Nothing. Because if I don't have peace at home, then where the hell am I going to? So, got a lot to cover. Here we go. Claim or crave simplicity. Think about that. Crave simplicity. A lot of people, your life is too complex. You know why it's complex? And it actually backfires because you got so many things going on, searching for something that really is inside of you already. You just have to bring it out. You got so many external things happening that really it backfires and it becomes chaos. So what you want to do is crave simplicity. What you use and love creates happiness. So what do you really use? Do you use your George Foreman grill? If not, get it off the counter. Clear. You know, I'm giving you small stuff, but I'm serious. Have you worn those clothes in the past 3 years? Create space for some new clothes, or just open it up so you can earn and go work for a new wardrobe. But as long as your shelves are about to collapse from all the clothes that you did, guess what? You'll never create room for anything new. So you want to make sure that you appreciate what you use and love. That's what creates happiness. And you want to start purging anything that you don't use and don't love. It's mental, but it's powerful. Let's keep going. I haven't even gotten. Let me move faster. All right. Use decision-making to choose the habit you want to perform. Use willpower to get. See, we talked about this on part 2. IDE means death, suicide, pesticide, homicide, herbicide, all of these things. IDE means death. You have to decide, make a decision. You have to make a decision. I'm in control of my happiness. Notice I didn't say, you know what? I'm going to be happy. That's easy. But a better affirmation is, I am in control of my happiness. Now, when things happen, you say, wait. I'm in control of my happiness. I control not what happens to me, but how I respond to it. So if you understand that, you will then start to make the decision to choose the habits. But now the willpower to keep doing it is what part 3 is about today. The willpower to keep doing it, so that after a while, it becomes what they call auto-suggestion. And when something becomes auto-suggestion, you don't even think about it. It becomes who you are, what you exude. And then even people that's negative, here's what's going to happen. People are going to start saying, well, damn, aren't you a new person? You like, yes, that means it's working. You notice it? You guys say, look, here's what some of y'all going to do. Somebody going to hate on you, right? Aren't you a new person? Well, shouldn't I be? You lost the battle right then. You see? Because you became them. Don't you have a new strut? Yes, I do. And you strut right by their ass. You see what I'm saying? Type in the chat room. Do me a favor. Type strut on by. Okay? Type strut on by. Strut right by their ass. Don't get caught up in letting other people and their reaction to your happiness make you revert back to the old you. Look, I'm not saying you walk around all day cheesing and just smiling. Don't be phony about it. Happy, joy is energy. Joy is like people can feel it. It's contagious. And then people who don't want it, they try to stop yours. That's another. Now we might need happiness part 4 if you want me to get real on what other people are gonna do. Keep going. Recap still. The happiness scale. All right, the happiness scale. Genetic makeup is usually about 50%. Like, believe it or not, how you feel is a direct reflection of what your parents said to you, what they taught you, but that was based on what was said to them and what was taught to them and what the grandparents said to them and taught them. So how you feel is genetic, but you can control it because whatever you can learn, you can unlearn. Write that down. Whatever you can learn, you can unlearn. Life circumstances are about 10 to 20% of your happiness, and your own thoughts and actions are another 10 to 20% of your happiness. So here's what I want you to do on your happiness journey. To follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to start giving certain assignments, post on Instagram. I am Brian Beane. And then follow me on YouTube, put my name in YouTube and subscribe, because I'm going to give you certain video assignments. But part of the assignments are going to help you do this. If the scale is 1 to 10, where are you? So let's say you like, Brian, I'm between a 6 and a 9. Okay. Are you closer to the 6, like a 6.5, or are you closer to the 9, like a 8.5? Then you got to ask yourself, what would it do to get me from a 6 to a 7.5? How can I just increase by 1 or 2 notches? You see, some of you guys are going to try to go from a 6 to a 10, and it's going to frustrate you. Just go from a 6 to a 7.5 and then ride the 7.5 out for about 4 months. And say, you know what? I've been attracting what I want because I shifted my energy. I gave myself a boost. I stopped nagging. I started doing all these things I've been talking about, right? Then now you want to see, okay, how can I consistently stay at a 7.5? Because if I can stay at a 7.5, I can get myself to an 8.5. You know, nobody's a 10. I don't care who you see jogging at 5 o'clock. In life, at some point, life hits us all. But what we can do is increase our levels by like 1.5 every 6 months, every year, and then maintain that level between an 8 and 10 for the majority. That's an important fact, because I don't want you guys to think you're supposed to be on 10 24/7. You're emotional. You're human, right? If you didn't appreciate the parts where you're not happy, then how do you know what happiness is? So keep that in mind. It's like if the chorus all sang soprano. Wouldn't that be awful? Everybody just or whatever soprano is. Or if everybody was just bass, everybody in the chorus talk like this. Or if everybody was just baritone. You appreciate the chorus because some people soprano, then those basses kick in, baritone kick in, alto kick in, everybody sing at the same time. So life is about varying ups and downs, highs and lows, east and west, left and right, black and white, blue and red. It's about polarity. But I want you to understand, you can decide what side of that polarity you want to stay on. You can decide what side you want to stay on the most. All right. Recap. I got to get. Accept others. Accept ourselves. Very important. And expect more from ourselves. That is your purpose on this planet. Is to God made you very, very unique. I'm not going to get real spiritual, but I'm a very spiritual person. But God made you very unique. No fingerprints is like yours. No mind is like yours. Even if you're identical twins, there's some difference between the two of you. You came from the same egg and you're still very, very unique. So you have to accept who you are. So people say, well, if that's the case, Brian, I'm cool. I'm cool who I am. But you forgot part two. Expect more from yourself. See, part two ruins that complacency factor. You can't just get complacent and say, well, I'm cool. Well, yeah, I'm glad you accept who you are. But part two says you need to expect more from yourself. An ordinary day can be so precious, yet we tend not to pay attention to it. See, the reason most people are depressed is because they're supposed to happen every week. No, sometimes God just gives you some small things that you need to appreciate. Some small gestures, some small friendships, some small that'll amount into great things over time. You see, but what most of us do, we walk around every day looking for the big thing. I need a new coat. Ladies need a new purse. I need a new date. I need a new car. I need a bigger house. And a lot of that stuff you don't really understand. You have everything you need. You're not watering the seeds that you already have. So why in the world would the universe reward you with some red that you can't even take care of? And you got some plants right here that are dying. These plants will become the redwood. And that's the journey you're supposed to appreciate. It's the growth and the light, the nurturing, the water to turn something or nothing into something. But what we all want to do is just be behind a redwood, huge and ready for shade, ready to help take care of you and cover you and keep you calm. No, it doesn't work like that. The journey is to accept who you are and go grow nothing into something. That's where happiness is derived. Okay? All right. Let me make sure we're ready to go. Part 3. Your initial steps. Here we go. I'm on good timing because I'm at the halfway mark. Here are some initial steps. That was a good recap of part 1 and 2. Again, go to my personal page, not my fan page. Go to my personal 2. Part 3 begins right now. All right. If you can do me a favor in the chat, type I'm ready. Ready. That lets me know that you're in the building and you're good to go. Number 1, be to you. Be true to you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have a very candid moment with you guys. I took a serious look at my life over the past 90 days. And part of my problem, I've been too true to too many other people, right? Always trying to help somebody. Always trying to be there for somebody. Always being a shoulder for somebody. Always being an ear for somebody. Always giving somebody advice. Always letting people bounce ideas. Always, all that's cool. My problem is I've been so blessed over the past 20 years. I want everybody to feel how I feel. Here's the problem. Most people aren't willing to do what I did. So I'm basically trying to reward people, give you advice, give you a car to drive, give you some thoughts, give you this, give you that, give you this. But you ain't helping your damn self. just aha moment. See, I thought I was being true to me. But for a long time, I've just been too true to too many people. You see? So you got to figure out right now. You got to say to yourself, who am I being true to? Am I doing things? I want y'all to write this down. I'm too old to keep doing things I don't want to do. Now, put that Facebook, tweetable, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you do, your meme. I'm too old to keep doing things I don't want to do. You're too old. You're too old. Why in the world are you still doing things you don't want to do? Look, man, you're only on this planet for a little while. I talked about that on part 2. Your physical body is just a temple that your spirit passes through for you to accomplish something, help some people, and your spirit will eventually pass on. You only here. Why in the world are you still doing things you don't want to do? So at some point, you got to say, you know what, man, life is short. Life is short. I got to get out here and start getting it. I got to get out here and start traveling. I got to get out here and start exposing myself to new things, new ideas, new people, because I don't value the time I have. So if you don't value the time you have, you tend to, begrudge because you don't value life. When you don't value life, you tend to be unhappy. And when you're unhappy, it breeds more of the same. So it's I don't want to get into that, but just know you're only here for a little while. So you got to be true to who you are. But don't forget part 2, expect who you are. That's the number 1 rule in happiness, is being true to you. I talked about that in a funny little joke about beaches and how I hate beaches. And it's just not my thing. And for a long time, I thought something was wrong with me. I just why don't I like the beach? Because I don't. That's why. Anyway, step 2, very important. Let it go. Let it go. Let what go, Brian? Let them go. Man, they say not forgiving is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Let me say that again. I got Iyanla Van Zandt. Not forgiving is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So it's just come a point in your life, man, where you got to let some stuff go. I know some people did some hurtful things to you. I can't even imagine what has happened to a lot of us. I know what has happened. I know certain pains I've had, family members, friends, business partners, so-called friends, colleagues, associates, you name it. We've all, but if you're still holding on to it, the fact of the matter is the past is still affecting your present. And in your present, you paint a picture for your future. So if that's the case, your past and future are going to look the exact. Now, if you're happy with that, then stay exactly how you are. But if you want to start shedding some of those things from your past and letting go, and it doesn't mean you got to forget what happened to you or be best buddies with that person again, or call them up. Well, Brian said, I just want to let you know I forgive you. You don't have to do all that. You got to forgive within yourself. And that's all it really takes. You ain't got to let your enemy know that you know what I mean? But you got to let some stuff go, man. You still holding on. You mean to tell me, and I'm not belittling anything anybody's ever been through, but whatever that is for you, you are of sound mind and body. You're an adult. And you still letting something that happened 5 years ago affect you? Look, let me just say this before I move on. I'm not saying that you get into a car accident, it doesn't make you drive safer in the future. Of course it does. You know what I mean? Pickpocket. Somebody snatches your wallet, right? Pickpockets you. You don't even know it. Of course it makes you next time put it on the inside jacket or they can get it there too, but cover where you can make sure it's not as easy as the back pocket. Of course you learn from your mistakes. What I'm saying is you can't get pickpocket though and then stop traveling the world, because pickpockets are all over the airport. You see what I'm saying? You get pickpocket out the back, you put it in the front, but you don't let a person pick your pocket and then say, I'm not flying no more. And that's what people do. You learn from the experience, but you don't let it cripple your future. You got to let it go, man. I'm giving you some steps. Now, remember, you got future homework assignments coming up. The happiness series, but I'm giving you some steps. And at the end, I'm going to give you some action steps, but you got to let the grudges go. And future will look identical. Number 3, you want to feel, it's a good one. You have to act the way you want to feel. So let me give you an example. You might be disappointed right now. Like I use my son. He disappointed me his last basketball game. It was just his attitude of the season. Just his attitude. He just wasn't in it. Just got frustrated easily and just let the other team take his mind, and he disappointed me. But I went up to him, I ran, and I acted the exact opposite. I ran and scooped him up. I was like, man, let's go get something to eat. And he thought we was gonna have the whole ride home, the attitude talk. You know what I mean? On the way home. I noticed your attitude. You know, y'all know how I get. I did the exact opposite. I acted the way I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel like they won the championship. So that's how I acted. And in doing so, I got rid of my disappointment. So what most people do, their actions control their thoughts instead of their thoughts controlling their actions. So when I decided I'm going to scoop him up and act like it's no, you got a lot of basketball left. Disappointment. And guess what? It changed his attitude. So you want to act the way you want to feel. And look, this is not easy. Brian, I'm pissed. But you can't act pissed. You can't act pissed. And I know what I'm saying is tough. And trust me, I'm human. What I'm saying to you is start making small progressions towards number 3, where how you really feel is not how you're acting. And you know what's funny? You do it at work all the time. Your butt ain't happy to be up in there, but you sure act like it. Ain't it funny? The face on for our boss, right? We can put the face on for our employees, coworkers. Cuss your wife out. You get home and cuss your husband. You get home. These are the people that love you. Acting like that at work today. I'm working on. I don't want to get too much into that, but it's amazing how we can fake it when we need to. See, we can act opposite of how we feel when we need to. But then when it comes to you wanting to, for your loved ones, you can't act the way you want to feel. I'm guilty of it too. It's just like there's no worse scum on the earth than like a man who hits a woman. No worse scum on the planet than a man who is physically abusive to a woman. No worse scum on the planet. Other than that, somebody, right? No worse scum on the planet. Now, a man will say, well, I was upset, so I hit her. Okay. Well, it's funny. If a dude was 6'8", 340 pounds, you wouldn't hit him that easily. See, you would think about that because he's 6'8", 340. So it's funny. You calm that anger down because he's 6'8", 340. So you do control how you feel. Trust me. Don't give me the I just can't control myself. She made me mad. Let somebody 6'8", 340 make you mad and see if you had the same reaction. It's a decision, Buster. Anyway, number 4, no calculations. This is how you increase your level of happiness. Okay? No calculations. What that means is somebody do something, you do something for somebody, so you want to see what they're gonna do for you. Right? It's like a lot of people don't know. I'm not a big fan of the holidays. I love the festivities and the family and stuff coming together. I love that part of it. But a lot of the stuff that I think people like holidays for, I'm just not a big fan of. You know, you want to open your gift and you want to make sure you get something comparable. Calculations, don't take score. You know, I got you a $5,000 watch and then they got me a $500. Well, that's all they could do. You don't know. Their family might be 20 times the size of yours, so they got to do more for more people. You know, but don't give me something for $5,000, $10,000 because you want the same in return. If that's the case, we might as well give each other the money. you see what I'm saying? Like, think about what I'm saying. I got you something for $10,000. So I expect something for $10,000. Then why don't I just buy and why don't you just buy what you want? Or why don't we just give each other $10,000? It was supposed to be the thought of what I got you, not the value. And it's supposed to be the thought in what you got me, not the value. But people are so commercial, they start doing calculations and taking score. And that lowers your happiness. Because guess what? People never live up to your expectations. Or I should say seldom. People seldom live up to your expectations. All right? So type that in the chat room for me, man. No calculations, no expectations. Okay? Calculations, no expectations. That's a good one. Stop taking score. Because if you do that, you're bound to get disappointed most of the time. Okay? I had to learn that over the past year too. Most people just don't think like I think. And I'm not saying the way I think is right. I'm just saying I live my life by a certain code. I live my life by certain rules. And when I violate my own rules, 9 times out of 10, I always get bit. I always get bit. I promise you. Every time I violate my rule, I get bit. So I got standards that I, and this is one of them. No calculations. And I'm not saying I haven't done this before, but I minimize my calculations and expectations. Just because I do something for you, I did it for you because that's what I wanted to do. And I'm not sitting back waiting. Glad when they come back and you can do something for me. Then you put that kind of energy out there, you're going to be disappointed anyway. Okay? Number 5, gossip damages your energy. Now, this is big. I got a rule. I tell you, I live by certain rules. I'm not usually going to say something about you that I can't say to you. I'm not going to say something about you that I can't say to you. You know, now a lot of people can't take what you have to say to them, so you just don't say anything at all. But when you gossip, I'm so serious. Check this out. If you're sitting around here talking about your coworker is talking about you, right? She thinks she all that, or he think he all this, or he think that, he think this. Well, what they're really doing, they think about themselves. I'm gonna get into that heavily tonight, but what they're really doing, they're projecting a fallacy of their own onto somebody. You see, because people who are we don't have time to be gossiping every week about something. People who are miserable project that misery on other people. Her purse is ugly. That car is ugly. Happy with your car because you too worried about what she's driving. You see, so think about it. If you had a Bentley, you got a Phantom. Oh, somebody else's car ugly. Think about what I'm saying. You just know you riding. You're not sitting around here talking about a coworker's car. Think about what I'm saying. Like sometimes to make a point, you got to go like make it extremely drastic. You got a Bentley or whatever your car of choice is. You got a Phantom, you got a Lamborghini, you got a Ferrari, you got the new Jaguar, whatever, new Range Rover, whatever you like. You're not sitting around here talking about nobody else's car. But when you're not in the car you want to be in, you got all the time in the world to worry about what I'm driving. See? Gossip damages your energy. It really does, man. And too many people spend too much time worrying about the next man. Now, I learned this one a long time ago. This, wake up 12 months. I've been like this for a long time. I don't spend my time worrying about people who don't like me anyway. Why are you spending all your time worrying about people who don't like you anyway? I said it. Let's go. All right, here we go. I'm doing good on time. Oh, I'm doing real good. All right. Step. Now, the other ones, I want you to keep this in mind. These are initial steps. These are initial steps. So the 5 things I gave you before, gossip and all these things, these are some of your initial steps to start moving in the right direction. Now, let's give you some action steps of some things you need to start doing. Action step A, celebrate small moments by being present and grateful as you experience them. Celebrate small moments by being present and grateful as you experience them. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm about to say something unpopular. Okay. If you at a concert, why are you Facebook? There's nothing wrong with capturing 30 seconds of it, for your memory or whatever. But why is everything about likes, engagement, everything? You can't even enjoy the damn concert. Look, you at the concert. You're supposed to be watching it with your eyes. You know, my point is not through your camera lens. You can't even, you too busy. Trying to capture. Look at the damn stage. You at the concert. Don't they not at the concert. The ticket. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't even. It just amazes me how much now everything must be captured. Everything. And you are ruining a small that could have elevated your energy a little bit and catapulted you through the rest of the week. But nah, you just too busy. Or everybody know you there. Just a theory I've been working on. So be present. Be grateful. You know, be glad that you're at the game. Be glad that you're at the concert. Be glad that you are wherever you are, but be present in that moment. You know, sometimes we do need to stack up our cell phones while we eat dinner. Just stack them up. Just stack them up. No cell phone, no nothing. You ain't got to take a picture of your little food all the time. You know, we all do it. You know, it looks good. You take a picture of it, let everybody know you're eating, whatever. But I know some people that do it all the time. None of the things I'm saying are like negative. I'm just saying people who look for happiness in those things, you're empty. Be present, be in the moment. Examine sources that bring you feelings of guilt, boredom, anger, and remorse. Examine sources that bring you feelings of guilt, boredom, anger, and remorse. Examine those sources. You ever like had really high energy and then all of a sudden it shifts? Like I do this all the time. Like if I'm in a great mood and then I in a minute after a while I'm like I'm no longer in a great mood. I have to track. Wait a minute, what happened? that text from your boy, that text from old girl, from so and so. It shifted my energy. I'm really good at examining where the energy shift happened. And when I let too much fester, I gotta go on. You don't want to be in the room that day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna take it out on you. I'm just saying I'll go ahead and start making. I got some stuff that's been on my chest. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? I've been holding on to it. So let me go and get this stuff off my chest because the rug is starting to buckle. You know what I'm saying? But we got to examine what the sources are. If you don't examine what the sources are, it's time to start identifying what brings you feelings of guilt, boredom, remorse, and anger. And then guess what? Spend in those areas. Now, here's how in those areas. Final step before we go. Identify parts of your life that bring you joy, satisfaction, and engagement. See, when you start identifying parts of your life that bring you joy, satisfaction, and engagement, and then you notice the other word is you examine parts of your life that bring you guilt and remorse and anger, you'll swap them. So you need to really, really do this. When am I most excited? When I'm planning, or when I'm reading, or when I'm meditating, or when I'm with my significant other? When am I the most excited? Okay, this I need to spend more time doing. It's really simple. When am I the most engaged? Like people that know me know, like I love coaching my son in flag football. Basketball, I'm decent, but that's not my sport that I like to coach. Flag football, we beast. Bring it if you want to. Nah, but I love it. 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 So I spend a lot of time with him doing that. I love going to the movies. So I spend a lot of time doing that. I love performances and concerts. So I will fly to go. If somebody's not coming to Atlanta, there's no problem. I'm to go see wherever they are. If and I like it that much, I'm gonna go fly and catch you again in New York. You know, I love seeing people at the top of their game perform. I don't care if it's a gymnast. I don't care if it's a track star. I don't care if it's a rapper. I don't care if it's an R&B group. If you're at the top of your game, I'm coming to see you. You know, because I get fulfillment out of seeing experts operate at a high level. That makes me satisfied. That keeps me engaged. It inspires me to operate at my highest level. So you gotta really look at that. What brings you joy? But you gotta also examine step B, what doesn't. All right. Now I got some homework assignments. I'm telling y'all this right now. I hope y'all really enjoyed this happiness series, man. And I got keynotes for days, and y'all know I always give continued education. So what we did, I got some freebies for you too. All right. This is important. 5 keynote addresses from the inspiration series. This is going to increase your level of awareness because we're going to go deep. Okay. For those that don't know, I own a series of keynote addresses over the years, and we bundle them up like you need continued education on. So what we've done is we've put an inspiration series together for the happiness compilation. And we have a motivational series. We got a organization series. We got an activation series. We have an elevation series. Each series has 5 keynote addresses. Very similar to what you got tonight, but on a deeper level in front of live audiences and things like that. So the inspiration series, I was thinking about it today. Which one of the on-demand series compilations speak most to your happiness? And by far. Here's why. This first keynote is 42 minutes long. Now, this is called 4 Ways to Build Inspiration, Self-Sabotage. A lot of you guys, you sabotage your own happiness. This keynote is 42 minutes and 34 seconds. It's going to teach you how to go inside. Like I said yesterday, if you can't go within, learn to go without. This continued education, I promise you, this alone, because when you talk about avoiding self-sabotage, if you just reverse that, life will start throwing you all kind of positive things. But most of us get something positive and we destroy it. God will send you a messenger and you avoid them. You reject it. God will send you a message and you don't listen to it. The universe will send you a person and you think it's the enemy. You know, so we self-sabotage a lot of our success. And this is 4 ways to stop the increase your level of happiness. Really, really good. 35 minutes. This is a good one. This is controlling your thoughts and emotions. Write this down, guys. Either you learn to control your thoughts and emotions or your thoughts and emotions control. Number 2 in the inspiration series. And I'm throwing in a big bonus for you guys, right? But you got to learn to control your thoughts and emotions. This is actually this is a very funny keynote at the same time. But if you don't control your thoughts and emotions, they're in control of you. And when your thoughts and emotions control you, you end up doing things you regret. Very important. One of my favorite keynotes, okay? Favorite keynotes is called The Quitting Clock. The Quitting Clock. The key to the quitting clock, without giving it all away, is for you to get and stay at 12, 3, 6, and 9. 1 and 2, 4 and 5, 7 and 8, and 10 and 11. So the analogy is every day that you wake up, there's a clock that beats in your chest. And your job is to get from 12 back to 12. But hurry up and get to 9 and back to 12. But you got to avoid 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So for every 2, 1, and there are 2 things trying to knock you out called life. Favorite keynote. Quitting Clock is about an hour long. It's 54 minutes. It's included in the inspiration series. Before we go, this is one of my favorites. Your purpose and his plan. You got to bring the 2 together. What's your purpose and what's his plan? You got to bring the 2 together. Okay. Now this is crucial. A lot of us are not going with his plan. So you don't, because you're not living out your purpose. When you align those 2, magic happens. Me, for example, I know for a fact I'm living out my purpose. I know for a fact. It comes too easy. I've been through too much stuff to not share it with people and not embarrassed to do it. You see what I'm saying? I've impacted too many lives. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I know I'm living out my purpose. And guys, y'all done messed around and gave me some technology too in the past 10 years. It's over. You gave me a camera and the ability to talk to people about improving their finances and their mindset, about growing as an individual. It's a wrap. Thank you, God. That's all I needed was a better way to expand the message. You mean to tell me I can help people all over the world? Yeah, I'm living out my purpose. What's your purpose? Plan. And how you put the two together. Very, very powerful. It's 30 minutes long. 35 more minutes, 36 more minutes. Roadblocks versus stepping stones. That's the fifth and final keynote for the night. Roadblocks and stepping stones. Some of you guys, every obstacle that comes in your way, it gets in front of you. You got to learn how to use that same obstacle and step on top of it to get to where you got to get. I told you yesterday, obstacles only exist in physical form. So every time something comes to you or keeps you from where you're trying to go, all you got to do is step on top of it. Look, I didn't even say step over it. I said step on it. Obstacle is what's going to help you get to the next step. And the next one is going to help you get to the next step. And next thing you know, you made a ladder out of your obstacles and climbed your butt out of every hole you've ever been in. But you got to turn your obstacles into stepping stones. That's a free bonus keynote. Then I'm throwing in 14 free audio tracks set to music from my Page Rewind compilation. You guys that want to take advantage, man, y'all know I always offer continued education because it's of giving value back. Webinars on happiness. Now you got to go do the extra homework. Sure, you expound on that value. Okay. So normally that is those 5 keynotes are like $290 on my website. You can check. It's normally $297 in value. Webinar special, $97. Click the button, man. All 5 keynotes, you can download them. And I'm throwing in 14 free tracks you can put in your iPod or iPhone or Android or whatever. 14 free tracks from my Page Rewind album, Focus, Commitment, and Concentration. Once you learn how to focus, commit, and concentrate on the things you want, your happiness goes through the roof. So you get the bonus album for free. You get that 5th keynote for free. And what you're purchasing is the series called the Inspiration Series. You log in, you get a username and password. You can it right away to your desktop or to your laptop. You can carry it with you, the audio tracks as you go, and you got instant access. Hey, all I can tell you guys is this, man. We're trying to give back a life or a gift that I was given, and that's a life worth living. And I really hope you guys go and check out part 1 and 2 on my personal page. But more importantly, I hope you continue your education and invest in yourself, man. You gotta invest in yourself. You know, knowledge and education is not free. Always. I gave you 3 free webinars, but a lot of people think that what they got enough for what they need. No, that's not how the universe works. The universe rewards people that invest in themselves, because investment means I'm gonna put in a little and more is gonna come. If all you doing is taking advantage of free this and free that and free this, I know I'm giving you 14 free tracks, but if all you're doing is taking advantage of free stuff, then you'll flatline after a while, because greatness is on the other side of investing. Okay, greatness is on the other side of investing. That's the only way the universe knows how to work. All right. Hey, my name is Brian Beane. I see you guys in the magazines. Click the button that says gain instant access and buy now. Leave some comments for me, man. I'll comment and under each video in the series, I'll comment. We'll go back and forth and do some questions and answers for you. And listen, as of right now, there's no longer a secret to success.